Okay, so now in this portion we will go a bit faster, and in this class what we will discuss is the Shai dynasty. So what there will be discussed, and I will try to give you an overview, but the starting portion will be same. But about this dynasty, if you want to memorize another year Sultanate period is this year from here is called 1342. The Ilyasha dynasty was established, and so let's go. What we can learn from this, let's see. So first thing, I will read the book here, the topic. After that, school's book, and then here, and then we'll give you our overview. Sultan Shamsuddin Ilyas Shah, who united the three regions of Bengal under his independent sultanate, earned the title Shahi Bangla in the Mughal period. This land was known as Subha Bangla. Oh, sorry, I have forgotten to tell you some things. So the Haji Ilyas, Shamsuddin Ilyas Shah, and he was also known as Haji Ilyas, the founder of Ilyas Shahi dynasty, took control of Lucknauti in 1342 and assumed the long title of Sultan Shamsuddin Abu Muzaffar Ilyas Shah. Okay. And Ilyas Shah led a campaign against eastern Bengal, conquered Sonargaon, and became the master of the whole Bengal with the title of Shahi Bangla and Sultani Bangla. So he had two titles, one is Shahi Bangla and the other one is Sultani Bangla. Shahi Bangla he had learned as he was the first independent Sultan of Bengal, and Sultani Bangla because the major two geographical regions of the Bengal came under the same authority during his rule. So some historians think that Ilyas was the first ruler who brought three major geographical units of Chatgaon, Sonargaon, and Lucknow under a single authority. Haji Ilyas, rise an independent ruler in Bengal, offended in Sultan of Delhi. Sultan Firuz Tughlaq invaded Bengal with an enormous army in 1353. Though Siraj had some temporary success, he couldn't crush Haji Ilyas, who continued to rule freely. In fact, he not only succeeded in resisting external threat to his kingdom, but he also extended his authority in Bihar, Nepal, Orissa, Assam. So the four areas you need to remember is one is Bihar, Orissa, Assam. These are all common, and Nepal. So if it's possible, try to memorize these four names also. Sultan Hamid Ilyas's Shah of Ilyas Shahi dynasty brought many Abyssinian slaves during his rule. In the later stage of the Ilyas Shahi dynasty, these people became very powerful and ruled Bengal for several years. The Afghans formed a substantial presence among the Muslims of Bengal and also ruled Bengal for a period. When the Mughals conquered Bengal, the Afghans merged with other Bengali Muslims. Administration of Bengal under Ilyas Shah was based on equality. Posts in the government were open to people from all creeds and castes. Raja Ganesh, an important Hindu landowner, became a senior official in the government in the early 15th century. He established Ganesh dynasty, and his son Jalaluddin became Sultan in 1415. In fact, the Bengali sultans began to trend of appointing Hindus to key positions, apparently believing that they were more likely to be loyal and efficient. Ilyas Shah appears to have adopted a tolerant approach to different religious faiths in general terms. While he supported Sufis financially, he also appears to have provided money for saints and hermits of other faiths. Sultan state was theoretically a Muslim state, but practically it was a mixture of consisting of Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, and other. An example of Muslims' respect for other religions is the building of complex in the vicinity of the tomb of Ghiyasuddin Azam Shah. This contains graves, a tomb, a temple, and a mosque. If religious intolerance existed among the Muslims, they could have removed such Hindu images from the place of religious importance. Ilyas established an army from the local population rather than foreign auxiliaries and appointed governors to control districts. This was an important step in establishing his right to rule and in creating a distinctive Bengali administration. Gradually, the Bengali sultans tried to emphasize that they were genuinely Bengali as opposed to Mughal subhadars who regarded themselves as foreigners. And Ilyas Shah died in 1358, having founded an independent sultanate that would last for more than 22 centuries. Jalaluddin and his successors regarded themselves as Bengalis, but adopted Bengalis customs to a greater extent. They were often referred to as Rajas, a Bengali expression, and used the symbol of the lion and on their coins. Architecture began to use the style of Bengali styles, and the development of Bengali literature was encouraged. Nevertheless, Jalaluddin, who had been born a Hindu, converted to Muslim to make his position secure and asked for and received recognition from the Sultan of Egypt. Jalaluddin died in 1435, and the succession soon reverted to a descendant of Ilyas Shah. This dynasty ruled Bengal until almost the end of the 15th century, and the accession of Hussein Shah in 1494, and his descendants ruled Bengal until the first Mughal attack in 1538. So here, architecture, if you want to remember, yeah, it's the mosque you need to remember is Adina Mosque, made by Sikandar Shah, the largest mosque of the subcontinent at that time, and it was probably the largest mosque of that time also. Okay, so I don't think so anything else from here is needed to remember or recapitulate.